All right, Shalom. Start this lesson first and foremost. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our elders, apostles, great millstone to rule well and push out the 100% truth and truth sincerity. And Shalom to the old full legs carry across the four winds. But one this lesson be edifying. And the title of this lesson is going to be Iconoclasm, which we get the definition of iconoclasm is the deliberate destruction of images, monuments, or other symbols, usually for religious or political reasons, right? And the reason why I want to go into iconoclasm is because this right here, First Maccabees 3:48, and they laid open the book of the law wherein the heathen sought to paint the likeness of their image. That's right. That picture that you see in the churches, that picture that you see on Times Magazine, of Jesus Christ, whose true name is Yahushai. People ignorantly call him Jesus Christ. That is not how he looks. That is not how the scriptures depict him. And that's not how the scriptures explain his likeliness. Iconoclasm, basically the whitewashing of images, and that's what happened to the image of Christ. The image of Christ was whitewashed. Because when you read Revelation chapter 1, verse 14, it says his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were a flame of fire. But over here, when you look at this picture right here, you see a man with brown dog hair and blue eyes. And it says, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn. Now let's search that up. Fine brass burned in a furnace. When you look at fine brass burned in a furnace, this is the color that you will get. So the depiction of Christ, of the person that we ignorantly call Jesus Christ, whose name is Yahushai, he was a so-called dark-skinned man. But what happened was the people during the Renaissance, his picture was whitewashed, iconoclasm. And I want to grab this precept real quick. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Who's in that seat of power? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Yes, and he covered the face of the judges thereof. Painted the Israelites as white people, as Edomites. Which they're not white, they're red. Ishashua, Esau, Ishashua, wasted away is he. His pigmentation, that's why he's that color. Edom means red. They're Edomites, they're red people, not white people. But they altered the image of Christ, and they put an Edomite with blue hair and blue eyes and brown hair, which is completely contrary to the scriptures. That does not relate. It does not add up with the scriptures. But I wanted to go in more into depth with iconoclasm and how did this thing happen. That I have right here, Deception started when the Borgia family came on the scene. They took control of the papacy, which is the office or authority of the Pope. They used the papacy to spread their lies. Revelation 13:12, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them to dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. The first beast will represent the Roman Empire. Deadly wound was healed when the Edomites got back into power, which was during the Dark Ages, because Jake was ruling during the Byzantine Empire. Renaissance, which means rebirth, which was the Edomites coming back into power, beginning with the Borgia family. Iconoclasm, whitewashing of religious images, and that's what you've seen happen. Revelation 13:13, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Heavenly Father basically giving Esau the technology and power to create those missiles to fulfill prophecy. But continuing on, because I want to hit the specific points. Revelation 13:14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. A great deception came about when the Borgia family came into power. They were known as the first crime family. Miracles that it's talking about is talking about his technology. Image is NWO. Healed by the wound. When the Borgia family came into power, they brought that pagan Roman ideology back into power with them. Beast represents the Roman Empire. So basically, the Borgia family took control of the papacy and, iconoclasm. And it happens. You see it in the movies. When somebody takes over a kingdom or somebody else comes into power, all the images and all the stuff of that history, they wipe away, and that's that they put their images, which is what happened with the image of Christ. The image was whitewashed, iconoclasm. I want to grab this real quick. Revelation 16 and 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Right? Which represents London financial, DC, the military, and Vatican, the Pope. And false prophet represents the Roman Catholic Church. When the Borgia family took over the papacy, that's when iconoclasm came in. That image that you see of Christ goes back to Serapis Christus. And that image is part of that unclean spirit, that photo. And the frogs represents blasphemy. That's what they did, blasphemy to the scriptures, man. This image that you see in the churches, this image that you see, this is not the depiction of Christ. This is not the depiction of Christ. This is iconoclasm. This image was whitewashed. And there's other things that they whitewashed too. They broke the noses off of certain statues and stuff, so you wouldn't be able to tell if there was Jake or not. In reality, Jake was ruling during those times. Jake was ruling during the Byzantine Empire, the Dark Ages. Jake was ruling during the Dark Ages. That's why they call it the Dark Ages. They say that they don't know what happened or anything that was going on, but Jake was ruling at that time. But this is what they did, iconoclasm. Which, once again, iconoclasm is a deliberate, so this was intended. The deliberate destruction of images, monuments, or other symbols, usually for religious and political reasons. And this is what happened. Just a quick how can I say? In-depth background of iconoclasm and what happened and how did these things come about. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors to our elders, apostles, a great millstone, and rule well, and push out the 100% truth and truth sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful legs, carry across the 4 winds. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until the next time, shalom.